Anyway, Joe, your topic's first. Go.
Sure. I almost forgot what my topic was for the record.
I
Like,
swear to God,
you
I
say.
swear to God, if you would have, I would have told him he gets 5 minutes with Macho Man now.
Yeah,
If you would have fucking forgot, that'd have been the line. That would have been the line. I'd be like, nope,
No, I went back. But thank God, I went back and I scrolled through the group text and I saw my topic and I was like, oh yeah, I like that one. So okay.
Well, I like that for you though, especially.
Huh?
I like that for you, especially though.
Well, sure.
Brought some fiery spark today. I love it.
My topic tonight, I feel like talk about breaking news. I mean, at least yesterday it was breaking news, but that makes it still very topical for right now this week in pro wrestling. And that is the fact that AEW Dynamite is moving over to TBS in 2022. And they're getting a second show that apparently is going to start on TNT in August of this year. And then will also move to TBS come January.
I thought it was staying on TNT.
Huh?
I thought the second show was staying on TNT.
No, so I read the whole New York Post article. The second show is also moving in January, but at that point, they're going to start having, I think, like 4 annual, like, supercard events that will be on TNT every year.
The deets.
Almost like Clash of the Champions, essentially, I guess is what they're going to do.
Right.
So, other than the fact that AEW has officially screwed themselves over by the TNT title.
Like, what's wrong?
I'll talk about it when it's my turn to talk.
Okay.
As I was saying, other than the fact that they've screwed themselves over by naming it the TNT title when they're not going to be on TNT anymore, what do you guys think of this? Obviously, there's different ways to take this. I feel like some people are looking at it as a downgrade for the company because not obviously. I don't know that TNT is a bigger network than TBS. They're obviously just owned by the same company. But I do feel like TNT has a little bit more of I don't know how to describe it. Like, there's a little bit more, like, class to it, I guess. Like, a little bit more like, oh, that's where good shows are. And then
bigger of the two networks.
Right. Like, TBS is where you go to watch American Dad, and TNT is where you go to watch, I don't know, reruns.
And be on TNT.
Right. Exactly. It's where you go to watch Dynamite until January. So all I'm saying is there are different ways to look at this, and I'm curious what your guys' reaction is, especially because it's so breaking news. Essentially,
Mike, even the baseball stuff's on TNT, not TBS, right? Am I not mistaken with it?
No.
It's on TBS.
The Braves are on TBS, I think.
No, not the Braves.
The Braves don't play on TBS anymore.
Really?
It's not doing that, right?
They haven't played on TBS since like 2005.
Was Chipper Jones still on the team back then?
Oh my God!
Probably. No, they have a TBS Sunday day game that they used to air, but there's no baseball on TNT. As for the topic at hand with the show being added, 1 hour show called AEW Rampage.
Yes.
If this doesn't somehow create the Primal Rage Championship or the Donkey Kong Country Rage in the Cage title, I'm very upset because the fact of the matter is this is trash.
I think what we're going to need also is basically like Kaiju Big Battle. Like we're going to need some wrestlers with like just fucking buildings inside the ring, like little cardboard cutout buildings, and they have to whoever destroys the most buildings wins the belt or some shit.
Let's go Dr. Cube.
And then, so the second show, let's tackle that first before we talk about even how we feel about Dynamite being moved. Because again, that can go either way, whatever. The fact that they're getting a second hour-long show on TV every week, that's going to be an interesting one. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that, because does it become like a shorter version of Dynamite where you get some big deal matches and stuff and you actually want to watch it every week? Or is it going to be fucking AEW Dark but on TV, and they're going to load it with 17 matches every week to fit into that hour, and it's going to be shittier than watching Sunday Night Heat? Like, what do you guys think is going to end up happening with that?
I think it'll end up being the quote-unquote B show. Now, how they utilize it, obviously, is up in the air. I did hear, though, not sure this is true, I did hear that Tony Khan was presented with Diamond doing a third hour, and he said no, he would prefer doing the second show.
I mean, if that's true, like, mazel tov to him, because Lord knows I wasn't sitting through a 3rd hour of Dynamite.
Not even me. I'm a big AEW mark on the fucking planet, and I was not doing that shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. Again, I like I've said before, I get why USA wants Raw to be 3 hours. I get why WWE does that for the financial aspect of it. But at the end of the day, it's just way too long of a TV show on a weekly basis.
They do for the same reasons why Zombies last week. Money. That's it.
Yeah. And also, Vince McMahon's a really big Cranberries fan. So, I mean...
In your head.
No, I mean, like I think that this is a great opportunity to obviously get a lot of people on TV, like who right now are on Dark or Elevation, and they don't get time on Dynamite. So you can actually get them on TV, like actual television, where people might actually see them. Because I'm sorry, but not that many people are seeing you if all you're doing is fighting on Dark or Elevation. I literally forget that Elevation is a show.
Yeah, no, me too. Mondays,
like,
right?
First week. I think it's on Mondays.
Yeah.
You guys have watched more episodes of Elevation than
I watched an episode at all. I just know the information.
I've literally watched the first episode. I don't think I've seen it since then.
You've done more than me right there. You've done more than I have then. Congratulations, Joe.
I mean, and then Dark is on Tuesdays. I know that. It's that, it's always a marathon, 17 matches, yada, yada, yada. So I'm curious, like, I think this could be a really good opportunity with this new show. I have zero confidence that it's not going to end up being the way all of these shows end up being. Going by the WWE model. Like, I remember, about maybe like a decade and a half ago, 15, 16 years ago, when they relaunched, for the first time launched Main Event as like a weekly series. And when that first came on, first of all, I think it was on like WGN America or something like that. It was really local TV. But when that first came on, the first like month or two, it was like, oh, The Undertaker's going to be in the main event against Jeff Hardy or something like that. You had some matches that actually sounded like worth going out of your way to see. And then after that, the main events were Jinder Mahal versus fucking Heath Slater. Like, it went
hinder
very
Jinder
quickly.
While he's swiping on Tinder.
It very quickly got to the point where the show didn't matter. And that's happened with almost every show like this. It happened with Shotgun Saturday Night. It happened with Velocity. It happened with Sunday Night Heat. Talk about Sunday Night Heat. Like, I think I've mentioned this before. There was one time where I was visiting Mike, I don't know, maybe like 2 summers ago or so. And we sat down and we were like, hey, random episode of Sunday Night Heat from like this day in like 99. And we threw it on. They made that show matter at that point. I think it was still pretty new then, but there were storylines. There were like the fucking New Age Outlaws were on the show.
Yeah.
Like Vince McMahon was on the show.
And not only that, even on day pay-per-views, it was still air Heat as like a kickoff show type thing before the pay-per-view started.
Right. So like they made it matter until a certain point. And then at a certain point, it was just the show where like Steve Blackman wrestled on.
Well, bear in mind too. Also,
it didn't matter.
Hell yeah.
Bear in mind it existed before SmackDown. That's the record. So
yeah. No, I'm just like, at the end of the day, I think that I just have this odd feeling that this new show, Rampage, with its shitty name, is gonna end up being fucking Shotgun Saturday Night or something. Like, it's gonna go in that trajectory where it ends up not mattering, and that's a shame.
Right.
Because they have a chance to actually make this matter. I think now AEW is also starting to get to a point, though, where maybe they have too much TV time. Like, one of the things that a lot of people complain about is WWE having too many hours of TV. That you have 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT. If you watch Main Event, that's another hour. So right there, that's what? 3, 5, 7,
9.
8.
8, sorry, 3.
And if
So
you have
1,
a pay-per-view
3, 2, 2.
in there, that's another.
Yeah, if you had the pay-per-view, it's another like 3 hours, and we're right. So, but on an average week where there's no pay-per-view, there's like 8 hours of WWE
Wait,
programming.
are you including 205 Live in that also?
No. So 8 hours and 17 minutes of original programming on WWE every week. If you want to add in NXT UK, it's another hour, whatever. But my point is, one of the things I think WWE has going for it as an advantage that a lot of people always seem to ignore is, while they have all of these hours of programming, they're all different programs. Like,
right.
Their own
brands.
They all have their own unique storylines going on. You don't have to watch Raw to watch SmackDown. You don't have to watch NXT to watch Raw. yada, yada, yada. You know, you can literally just only watch NXT UK, or if for some odd reason you're only a 205 Live fan, I don't know what's wrong with you, but like, more power to you. I love
But
that.
the thing is, too, Joe, is that there is a
Wait,
blueprint
let
for
me
them.
finish making my
Okay,
point.
okay, go ahead.
Right.
Okay, good.
My point is,
Don't cut off the sassy one tonight.
Yeah, he's a
You'll
little
lose a finger.
sassy and sass today.
I will snatch your weave. Don't get me started.
I wish I had a weave.
God damn. Anyway, I shouldn't make that joke. But anyway, all I'm saying is everyone always gets on WWE's ass about having too many hours of programming. But at least all of the programming is different. At least you're getting
absolutely.
a variety of different things. AEW, if you count the YouTube shows, is about to have 2 hours of Dynamite, 2 hours of Dark. How long is Elevation? Do we even know? At least an hour.
I heard it's an hour, right?
Okay. Probably at this point it's like 2 hours and 37 minutes, but it probably started as an hour.
That's an hour and 37 minutes too long.
Right, exactly. So okay, so wait, 2 plus 2 hours of Dark plus an hour of Elevation, right there. That is 2, 4, 5 hours. You're gonna add another hour of another TV show, which is gonna give you now 6 hours of TV on a weekly basis. Not counting the weeks where they do these super shows on TNT, that'll probably be another like 2-3 hour shows. Not counting the weeks where they do pay-per-views, which are another, God, those shows are like 4 hours long. You know, like that. The card for, I know we're not going to talk about it tonight, but like the card for Double or Nothing is stacked. There's no way that show is running under 4 hours. So especially when you count the buy-in and all of that.
We had this discussion earlier, Mike.
Right, but here's the thing now. AEW is
I've already started hydrating.
It's approaching the point where it has as much television time as WWE every week, but it's all the same. It's not diversified in any capacity, other than like you get some people you see on Dynamite that you won't see on like the smaller shows, and you get people on the smaller shows you won't see on the bigger show. But it's all just the same stuff, and at a certain point, I just feel like that's gonna get old really quickly.
So there is a blueprint in place to do this. If Tony Khan and the company chooses to do it the right way. I mean, the way WWE did it pre-network years, you know, WCW had the same blueprint. You know, it's okay to have 2 shows. You know, Thunder did make sense to some degree at the time. Same with SmackDown. It made sense.
How long did you watch Thunder for where you think that it made sense? Because by episode 5, like, it was very shitty.
But again, it depends on what they're doing. If they're using their major talent to cross over both shows, is one thing.
Right.
It depends. See, early SmackDown years, The Rock and Austin made regular appearances on both shows. And obviously, today, SmackDown and Raw are treated differently. Right. Now, my thinking is most likely they're going to probably utilize... Well, it's an hour show, right? Is that what we're hearing? It's an hour show or a 2 hour show?
Sure.
There's probably going to be something like in the vein of WCW Saturday Night, 605, you know, utilize the mid-carders and whatnot. Maybe throw in a major one A-lister type wrestler or two on per episode ever. It depends on how they utilize it. But there are many blueprints to follow to do that. You know, as long as... Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah.
There is space to move storylines forward. They have more than enough talent in that roster to make this work. It's about the booking at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about how you book this shit.
Right.
That's all. Michael.
Hold on, I'm time stamping something. Yeah. All right. AEW Rampage, Rage in the Cage, Stephanie Hangman Page. I don't really know why the fuck we're adding another thing named Page on this fucking show. It's fucking retarded. They could have came up with a better name, first off. Second off, anything that's got Page in it, I automatically think of Brian Cage or Ethan Page or Adam Hangman Page. So if this doesn't lead to the new 4 Horsemen being Cage, Page, and Rampage, I'm very upset. Just saying.
Is Rampage Jackson still alive?
Probably. We could probably get him to be the host.
He was a TNT, like a TNA for like a hot minute.
Hell yeah, let's go. I'm in. Quentin Rampage, let's go. All right.
I feel like he might be dead.
I swear he's alive. I know he's alive. I looked up
Google.
I think he's still trying to actively fight. That's the only reason why I know this.
Really?
I think he's in Bella.
Wait. Hey Siri. Is Rampage Jackson still alive?
I think you're thinking of Kimbo Slice.
He's 42. And
is 42 years old.
Only you're older than me.
Thanks, Siri.
Thanks, Siri. Appreciate it.
All right. So, Rampage. I think that there's a model here that would work. Doesn't mean that they're going to follow it because, hey, it's Tony Khan. Arrogance, baby. First off, if I ever hear you mention the great words of Shotgun Saturday Night ever again, I swear to God, I will come through the screen and unleash the hands of fury on you.
But Shotgun Saturday Night was amazing for the first 3 months when they were doing it in the bars and all that, and then it became every other
time.
show.
Then it became Velocity.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but it made sense. The fact of the matter is they've dug themselves a grave of what the fuck are you doing with something called Rampage? Is every match going to be inside of an octagon?
Right.
What the fuck is going on? If this isn't Jake Hager running through the entire mid card as the undefeated MMA fighter leading to a title match, you guys have done this wrong. That's all I'm saying. No, seriously though, they have a shot here to build some very good talent that need more time. This is a perfect show for the Evil Uno and Stu Graysons of the world. The Alex Reynolds and John Silvers of the world. Now that they're not tag partners anymore, this is a spot for a guy like Kazarian to start a mid-card push to maybe go after the TNT title and go after Miro. This is a perfect chance for them to go and use this time to build the guys after the Elite, after the Pinnacle, after the Inner Circle. This is Lance Archer going on that show and being
Jungle
the
Boy.
MVP. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus getting back in the tag team title picture.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy in a singles push. This is a chance for them to really go, okay, on the main show, we have time slotted away for the Inner Circle, Pinnacle, FTR's chance of going to getting the Young Bucks and getting the tag titles back. Kenny and all of his shit. Moxley and Kingston and all their stuff. You got Darby with the whole feud with his dad and, and all that fun stuff. So, okay, so if you take away that top chunk of the AEW roster and you look at the mid card, this is a perfect spot for the Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Express, Kazarian maybe in a singles run.
Right.
The Matt Hardy family. This is a perfect chance for the Butcher, the Blade, the Candlestick Maker, and Private Party to go on runs and maybe have to feud with each other for a title shot against the Young Bucks. I mean, here's the thing. If we're going to use records being something that matters, this is the chance to do this logically.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a statistics guy. You guys know this. I know way too many sports things. Jackson
was still alive.
I did. You can't sell me on the fact that a 6-week run on AEW Dark on Tuesday night on YouTube that 1.3 million people supposedly watch, but we all know that they fast forward to whatever the main event is or whatever match has the big name talent on it. No one's sitting through a Danny Limelight versus Marco Stunt match. It's not happening.
Now, if 1 million people are watching Dark every week, then that means more people are watching Dark than Dynamite on a weekly basis, and that's just not logical.
Right.
I was just throwing shit at the wall to see if it would stick.
Yeah.
But my point is, this is the chance where you can't convince me that a 6-week run on Dynamite or Dark by SCU really made them the number one contenders for the Young Bucks last week. I'm sorry. I liked Kazarian and Daniels together. I thought that they were great as a tag team. I thought they were the perfect team that could be the guardians of the gate for the next guys up in the tag team division. They could be the guys. Oh, they have a nice little 4-0 streak. Jurassic Express does. Okay, they lose to Jurassic Express.
Right.
So they get right back on the horse, and then they lose to
the
Private Party.
Right.
The Acclaimed. Eddie Kingston and John Moxley.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Dark Order. Doesn't matter. They were always going to be never the bride, always the bridesmaid, never the bride kind of thing. And then maybe, okay, in a year from now, you give them that final vault into the sun.
Right.
There's not a shot in hell that anybody thought they were going to beat Matt and Nick Jackson on Wednesday night.
Right.
That wasn't happening, especially with, if SCU loses, they can't team together anymore. Oh, well, I guess it's time for those guys to break up because there's no fucking chance they're winning this match. Second off, during that match, I know, Joe, you said you probably haven't watched it yet, right? You haven't gotten to that match?
For which match?
The Young Bucks versus SCU.
No, I saw that. That was last week. I haven't watched this week yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
The I'm sorry, I love you super kick. That was so fucking like drawn out and stupid. For people that don't give a fuck, you're awfully being stupid. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. You got a multi-billion-dollar owner that's letting you take a football field and do Stadium Stampede in it again. Stop bringing up WWE shit.
You know what?
Thank you, please.
You know
so
what?
fucking
Wait.
lame now, dude.
Why don't we take this opportunity right now? And this could all just be rumors. This could all just be stories. But I saw it online earlier this week, and I sent it to you guys. It feels like a good moment to bring this up. There's rumors that the guys from the Elite, that the Young Bucks, Omega, Cody, that there's beef between them. That backstage, they're not getting along. Some of them haven't spoken to each other for a while, and there's all sorts of conflict and stuff. It's sounding very WCW backstage as opposed to WWE. And I mean, first of all, do you guys buy that that's true? Obviously, we only have like reports that we see, and as other podcasts that are pro wrestling often say, most of that stuff is bullshit. But we're not those shows, and we're not in the industry. We're just fans, so we get to enjoy the bullshit. So, as pigs rolling around in the bullshit, do you guys buy it? Do you guys think it's probably?
I could see that. Why not? Why wouldn't there be at least somewhat dissension, some degree? Won't surprise me.
I think there's a lot more dissension than anyone's giving credit to this situation. Let's remember, Brandy was the brainchild that was going to start the women's division, and we sat here and we shit on it.
Yeah.
And then Kenny was like, "Oh, I'll do it."
And then it was just
It hasn't gotten better.
It's like every Japanese female they could possibly fit in a cargo plane and get over here.
735 million?
Yeah.
My suitcase.
So maybe there's some animosity from Cody that Brandy can't do the women's division anymore because it's not getting over. The tag team division is kind of obviously the Bucks' baby because they're the tag team guys, and and here's the thing: I think that this is a lot deeper rooted than from where we were at. Listening to Jeff Jarrett podcast either last week or this week. I think it was last week's episode when they were talking about him being fired on national.
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah,
that was last week. Yeah,
they mentioned a little bit about him running into Barry Bloom at StarCast for All Out.
Yeah,
when they did All Out, that it was Tony was the money behind All Out.
Right.
That AEW was built off of All Out, but it was already the wheels were already in motion.
Yes.
When this happened. So that happened, and then 6 months later, AEW was announced.
Yeah.
How much do you think changed in that 6 months?
Yeah.
And now we're
possibly a lot.
Yeah.
And now we're a year down the road, and it's changed even more. Let's look at it from this perspective. Mm-hmm. Of the Elite, Cody, multi-time TNT champion.
Right.
Took himself out of the world title picture.
Yep.
Because he didn't want it to be about them.
Right.
6 months in, we got a guy with fucking dancers that sweep brooms and him coming out with some cheesy ass sunglasses on, acting like he's the fucking 1980s version of Miami Vice as the world champion, and he's one member of them. The tag team champions are two-fourths, half of the fucking executive vice presidents coming out in their, we just spent $700 on these Nike shoes. We're gonna crease them just to toot you guys.
By the way, they have so much go-away heat at this point now, dude.
Because they don't look like they want to be there. Can I just put that out there?
You think so?
I don't know if this is just that they're bad actors and they're trying to play cool, like we don't care kind of heels. But it looks like they don't. It literally looks like they don't care. Because if that is what they're going for, then maybe they are good actors. But maybe they're too good of actors. Because I don't think that you actually want people to look like they don't want to be there. Sometimes I watch the Young Bucks on TV and I think to myself, I bet they're kicking themselves that they didn't just take those WWE contracts. Because by now, they might not even be wrestling anymore, like on TV as a tag team or anything. Not that I think they'd want to be singles, but I think like they'd be like on SmackDown once every week for about 10 minutes, and that'd be the end of it. And they'd be making probably about as much money as they make in AEW right now, if not more.
Well, the thing is what happens if you have Cody on the left side, Kenny on the right side, and they're the two that are getting pulled in the middle.
Right.
And they're just sick and tired of fucking sitting there and having to play the fucking middleman.
Right.
Between the two of them. And that's maybe why they don't look like they want to be there. Because, oh, great. We were in the Bullet Club for fucking 6 years. We did that while we were in Japan. It made us a lot of money. I don't want to do that anymore.
Right.
6 months in, guys, we gotta reprise that. We gotta put Kenny back in. We gotta put you back with him.
Right.
We gotta bring in the fucking Good Brothers for fucking whatever fucking reason we brought them in.
Right.
No. If you want someone to be paired with fucking Kenny, put the Good Brothers with him. Let the Bucks go do fucking King of the Flippies.
Yeah.
At least they would look like they were having fun with it. They don't even look like they're having fucking fun.
I'm so tortured when it comes to the Bucks though, because I acknowledge they're phenomenal in-ring talent, but when I see them, it's like fucking just go away, please.
Yeah, but Sean Waltman was a phenomenal in-ring talent, and at a certain point, you did not want to see X-Pac on your TV anymore.
But let me ask you, what is it that triggers your go away?
I guess the way they act out there doesn't seem very authentic, I guess. So maybe it plays into your thing. Maybe it plays into what you're saying. Maybe just tired of.
Let's even look. Compare it to another, because we're supposed to take wrestling like in kayfabe terms,
right?
As
of course.
Sport, especially in AEW,
Suspend
where
reality.
The whole rankings and yada yada yada, and they have been trying a little bit to make it matter recently, and I actually have appreciated that.
Yeah.
It's been a noble attempt that's actually kind of working for me at the very least.
Except for the fact that Austin Gunn was like 17-0 in 2021 until Anthony Ogogo beat him in like 35 seconds on Dynamite on Wednesday night. Other than that, you're right. Continue. I digress.
So all I'm saying though is I forgot, what were we talking about 2 seconds ago?
Young Bucks.
Before you interrupted me.
Young Bucks go away Heat. Go.
Yeah, Young Bucks go away Heat. Right. So I just feel like at a certain point, I don't know, like the act is just stale. You know what I mean? Like you just. Yeah. I don't know. Like I want to like them, but they don't. They look like they. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm back. We're here. So think about any other sport, okay? And like I said, they're trying to be a sport. Yada yada yada. If you were watching a football game and the quarterback of whatever team went out there and looked like he didn't give two shits and was just like, I know I'm the fucking best, so whatever. You blah. Oh, he caught it. I don't care. Or, oh, he didn't catch it. I don't care. You wouldn't really enjoy watching that quarterback play football. If that was the quarterback for your team, you'd probably be like, please get rid of this fucking guy. Or if he was for another team, you'd be like, I don't watch that team because he sucks. Like, even Tom Brady is not that person. Even Tom Brady, as much as Tom Brady is very clearly a douchebag and a half, he's not the person that... What?
Is he, though?
Yeah, he is.
That's some narrative people play in their heads.
Have you not seen the meme where he's literally dressed like fucking Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? This man is a villain. But here's the thing, though. He goes out there every week for the last 47 years and delivers and doesn't look like he doesn't care. He looks like he cares too much sometimes. Like, honestly, when the one rare time when he throws the ball and someone doesn't catch it, he's like, the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
He's diabolically like,
one
he's like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, diabolically cares.
Right. Like, the Young Bucks right now remind me more of, like, Eli Manning, where it's fucking like, oh, he didn't catch the ball. I'm going to walk sad over to the end, to the fucking, my team and just be crying.
Eli Manning face.
Yes. Boo-boo face. We used to call him Boo-boo face Manning.
All right.
What about jersey yet? Eli Manning jersey yet? Anyway, keep going.
Face Manning.
Boo face Manning.
Can't see it.
Here's my thing with the Bucks. Okay, when they were Mount Rushmore in PWG with Kevin Owens and Adam Cole and all that, yeah, Adam Cole, baby. That they were having fun doing this stuff. Then they went to New Japan. and the start of their Bullet Club stuff. They were having fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was 6 years ago.
Right.
That was almost 8 years ago for Mount Rushmore. Maybe it's time to let them, just have fun. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
They're not having fun doing the same thing they've been doing for the last 7 years. Yeah, it's made them a lot of money. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where they can run their own company. But it's not fun for them in ring to do the same thing over and over and over and over again.
And it's not fun for us as viewers either.
But I think they know that. But I think, unfortunately, they're wedged in a gap right now where, guys, we got to have this. We got to have it this way. We got to do it and just keep hammering it home. The fact of the matter is, Kenny Omega should not be the world champion right now.
Does it
the fact
feel
of the matter
like,
is, the Young Bucks should not be the tag
Mike, real quick,
right now.
Does it feel like to you with AEW's, whoever's running the show there, does it feel like there's like too many chiefs, not enough Indians, too many people trying to lead the way? I mean, I know like the Bucks are supposed to be in charge of the tag teams and Omega's in charge of the women.
No, I'm not.
Chefs in the kitchen. What the fuck did you say about the Chiefs?
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
No, we're not allowed to say that, sweetie. Okay, but
that's kind of insensitive.
You can go with chefs in the kitchen.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
I don't think that there's too many chefs in the kitchen, because to run many 5-star restaurants throughout most of the country, you have to have multiple chefs doing multiple different things. You got a sous chef, you got a fucking steak chef, you got a seafood chef, you got a, and then you have the head chef who goes, okay, this is cooked well, this isn't cooked well.
That's Tony Khan.
Tony
Khan is the head chef.
Right.
If it comes out and it looks like shit, he's going Gordon Ramsay on it. What the fuck is going on?
I just eat, so I don't know.
There.
And he's also taking responsibility if it looks like shit too. Like
Mike and I just eat, so we don't worry about the chef.
Like the ring not exploding and shit. He has been like, yeah, it's on me.
See, that's my thing. I don't think it's the not enough or too many chefs in the kitchen. I think it's too much of trying to keep doing what's brought us to the dance.
Right.
And not giving some of these guys some more intellectual freedom. I'm sorry. A lot of people want to give Cody Rhodes shit. Cody Rhodes needs to go away. Cody Rhodes promo about how he's going to have a mixed baby and, how he's proud of that.
It was cringy, though.
It was cringy.
Okay, cringy.
Well-intentioned, but cringy.
But intellectual freedom to get people talking about something that Cody Rhodes has never done before.
True.
Challenge accepted.
True.
He went from the American Nightmare, and now he's America's sweetheart going into this match against Anthony Ogogo. And any redneck person in the world, no offense, people, I lived in Virginia, I lived in Myrtle Beach.
Bro, you live in Florida.
Okay.
Well, Florida's weird though. So.
It really is weird. When you get here, when you get here and live here for a little bit, you'll know.
Yeah.
You put the American Dream and any wrestling fan from the 1960s. The American Dream, baby, Dusty Rhodes. We got to root for him. He's got American Dream in his name.
Right.
You've now made it basically impossible for Cody Rhodes to get booed in the state of Florida at Double or Nothing.
Right.
It's fucking impossible for him to get booed at that fucking event in 2 weeks.
You're right.
Job well done. Intellectual freedom. You may not like it. It may have been cringy.
But it worked.
It may make us go, what the fuck are we doing? But hey, in 2 weeks when he gets cheered, and if he wins that match, he gets cheered even more. Or if he loses that match and the sympathy that goes out to him because he's going to have a kid a couple weeks later with his fucking wife, guess what? It all fucking worked. It's all different. It's all fucking intellectual freedom. We're getting the same Kenny fucking Omega we've had for the last 6 years, but corned down to an anime supervillain for some fucking reason. We're getting the same Young Bucks that we've gotten for the last 8 fucking years. Let them do something different.
He's not even a fucking anime supervillain at this point. He feels like the villain on like a cartoon on Saturday mornings in the 1980s, which is not better, mind you.
He is the villain from Inspector Gadget in the 1980s.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh my God.
I literally just thinking that. Yeah. We should move on to the next topic after this. So I'll just kind of like
I have one more.
Wrap it in a bow. Yeah. I'll say this, and Mike has a really good point about it when it comes to Cody with that. Like it, don't like it. At the end of the day, that promo was from 2 weeks ago. And we're still sitting here talking about it. So obviously, it did do its job.
It
He's
worked.
right.
Also, my biggest issue with AEW at this point now is let shit breathe, dude. Let shit breathe.
They don't have time to let shit breathe. They have to book 7
have no time. People are using fucking 4 months.
This is the perfect chance to let it breathe come January 1 or August with the new show. Honestly, the Miro Lance Archer thing after Miro won the title, Miro should have just finished, dominated, standing over Orange.
Thank you. I was going to get to that right in the first place.
Darby and just
Friday, 2 days later.
Just going to mention that shit, Mike.
Even if it was like this was footage from after the show, you could have done that. You're right. That would make sense.
Right.
And I hope that's what they do. I hope that's a direction that they're going.
And the last thing I'm going to mention, they didn't screw themselves with the TNT title name, Joe, as much as you think they did, because TNT is another name for Dynamite.
Oh
God.
They didn't screw themselves as much as everyone's like rushing to be like, oh, what the fuck are they getting the TNT title now? What the fuck? TNT Dynamite, dog.
Touche. You know, on that